Welcome back to Flick Summary. Today we'll be diving into a film titled Olympus Has Fallen. Enjoy the recap. Before Christmas, the movie opens at Camp David. With his wife Margaret Asher and son Connor, President Benjamin Asher is getting ready to attend a fundraising event. Agent Mike Banning of the Secret Service is a member of the president's security team as well. Banning gets along well with the family, spars with Benjamin in a closed-door boxing ring, assists Margaret in choosing her jewelry, and is friendly with Connor, to whom Mike has been imparting advice on how to be a successful agent. The snow outside starts to fall harder as the group departs the camp for the fundraiser. Connor is traveling in an SUV with Mike, while Ben and Margaret are in the presidential limo. The lead vehicle in the convoy strikes a deer as they approach a bridge over a river close to the camp, starting a cascade of carnage. One Secret Service SUV rams into the water below after crashing through the side of the bridge. In the end, the presidential limo skids close to the cliff while precariously balancing. While Ben and Margaret are being rescued by Mike and several other agents, Margaret's door is stuck, and the limo is still falling off the cliff. Several agents try to prevent the car from overturning, but as they fail, Mike makes a split-second decision to free Ben from his seatbelt, saving him. However, Mike is unable to save Margaret, who drives the limo over the cliff. The scene then jumps ahead 18 months. Since then, still angry about the Camp David incident, Mike has accepted a desk job with the U.S. Treasury. When his girlfriend tries to explain something to him, he finds it difficult to focus and decides they should watch a movie later that evening. Mike meets with Lynn Jacobs, director of the Secret Service, who is aware of his ongoing disappointment over his failure to save the First Lady. She reassures him that he took the necessary action, and the president is aware of that. Connor and Asher are getting ready to return to Camp David for a retreat, but Connor would much rather go to the beach. He accepts Asher's invitation to go get some ice cream, but he is called in right away. In order to discuss their upcoming meeting with the Korean Prime Minister, he meets with Vice President Charles Rodriguez, Speaker of the House Alan Trumbull, and Defense Secretary Ruth McMillan. Arriving at the White House are Prime Minister Lee and his assistant Kang Yeon-sak. Two American jets are shot down by a sizable AC-130 gunship that appears somewhere over West Virginia. Asher is informed of the situation and is removed from his meeting with Lee and moved somewhere safer. Connor is nowhere to be found when he asks for him. The enemy aircraft starts firing on civilians as it moves toward Washington, D.C., and then the White House. From his desk, Mike can see the tumult. While other soldiers try to bring the enemy plane down, he rushes into the streets to defend civilians. It is eventually shot down, crashing its wing into the Washington Monument before finally crashing and exploding, and the shooters even succeed in blowing up approaching missiles. Several tourists die when the monument's top collapses and falls. Mike rushes in the direction of the White House, where he discovers suicide bombers blowing open the front gates, while Asher, McMillan, Rodriguez, and others are taken down to the bunker. As more Korean terrorists enter the area, they start to fire at the Secret Service. The Secret Service returns fire, killing some of the terrorists. General Clegg and others are briefed on the situation during a meeting with Jacobs at the Pentagon, where it is revealed that the president is hiding in the bunker. However, once inside the bunker, Asher and the others are taken hostage by Dave Forbes, Kang, and a number of other terrorists. Agent Roma and other men outside keep repelling the approaching terrorists. Roma declares Olympus has fallen to denote an invasion of the White House. Before being killed himself, he manages to kill one goon. When Trumbull enters the Pentagon, he is appointed acting president. As soon as Kang enters the Pentagon, he begins by killing Prime Minister Lee in front of the crowd. He gives the Americans the immediate go-ahead to withdraw the 7th Fleet from Korea. Kang informs Asher in the bunker that this is payback for all the harm the Americans caused to Korea. Given that he disagrees with Asher's policies, Forbes is involved. In response, Asher headbutts the man. Mike learns that the terrorists are aware of Connor and are on the lookout for him. He is able to bypass Kang's security measures, enter the White House, and gain access to the Pentagon. When he contacts Jacobs, she expresses surprise at his contact, but assures the other men that they can rely on him. An assassin walks into the room, but Mike knocks him out and beats him with a bust of Abraham Lincoln. Admiral Honig is questioned by Kang to obtain a code. Asher commands Honig to stop, just as he is about to slit his throat. The Cerberus code has been activated. The Pentagon is informed. The Cerberus code, which would enable the terrorists to deactivate all of the nation's nuclear weapons, is revealed to Mike when he sends them a tattoo from the assassin's neck. Mike keeps moving forward in his search for Connor. Just as more thugs enter and begin firing at them, he locates the boy hiding in a room and safely removes him. Mike reassures Connor that his father will be fine and helps him escape safely, by getting him up a ventilation shaft. As Mike kills other thugs, some soldiers come to Connor's aid. They laugh in his face as he questions them. In response, he stabs one of them in the throat repeatedly until he receives a response. He provides Jacobs with information about Kang, including his name. Kang is assigned to remove Mike after Forbes informs him of his presence. When Forbes comes across Mike, he is still not aware that he is lying. Mike discovers the truth when he unintentionally mentions Kang's name, and the two begin to argue. Mike takes the knife away from Forbes as he tries to stab him. Mike queries him as he lies dying and explains his actions. According to Forbes, it was because he had lost his son. Before fatally stabbing him in the throat, Mike commands him to inform Kang that he has captured Mike. Kang asks Macmillan for another code, but he responds with utter defiance. Despite Kang's brutal assault, she continues to hold onto the code. Asher commands her to give up her code after she is almost killed, and she complies. The Pentagon learns that the second Cerberus code has been activated. They also discover that Kang is a notorious terrorist who lost his mother to an American landmine. Bypassing Kang's security, Clegg tells Mike to stop before he descends again. Trumbull, however, puts Clegg in his place, and Mike descends to the bunker. Mike shoots some of the terrorists as they are leaving. Asher struggles in a fight with Kang, while taking out two of them. As Mike attacks Kang, he takes a shot to the side. Hand-to-hand combat ensues between the two, with Kang nearly overwhelming him. Mike gains the upper hand and knocks down Kang, despite Kang's taunts, and claims that he has failed once more. True to his word, he takes his knife and murders Kang by stabbing him in the head. As there is only a minute left, Mike rushes into the bunker and alerts the Pentagon that Asher is still alive. However, he must halt the detonation sequence. To everyone's relief, Mike successfully interrupts the detonation sequence after being hurriedly given the deactivation code by Jacobs, Trumbull, and Clegg. Asher and Connor are reunited when Mike takes him outside, and Mike and Lee are back together. Asher delivers a speech to the nation, commemorating those who were killed in the terrorist attack, but assures them that the attack gave them the hope and confidence to stand up and rise from fear to defend themselves. As he concludes, he walks off the stage and shakes Mike's hand. Mike stands proudly, knowing he has finally redeemed himself.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.